Thank you, Trish. So, first of all, I obviously received the short straw coming after Roz. I really feel like I should walk off right now. I really do. But I know that Tricia received the Genesis Award, but I really think that she should get a big standing ovation for putting this together today. Tricia, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's amazing. She does it from a small state where there's a governor some of you knows, name is DeSantis. So, great speech, Roz, great speech. So I'm here to introduce Mort Klein, but people may have received seen this in the back. There's a few left. In here is the President's message from Zionist Organization of America, Mort Klein. It's in the front of this, and then there's an expose of Roz in here, so that's why those are here. So while I guess introduce Mort, let me just tell you, so it should be known, that Mort has some achievements. They're minor. But his greatest achievement is he was a power hitter as an 8-year-old. That's it. He batted third. He batted and played third base. He wants everyone to know, I know that. All city in Philadelphia, except on Shabbat. On Friday afternoons, he batted first so he could run home for Shabbat dinner, right? So he wants everyone to know that, I know that. So since its founding in 2006, Christians and Jews United for Israel has not given the Jabotinsky Award. This unique honor is being bestowed upon one of the greatest Zionist leaders since the creation of the modern state of Israel. And that was in 1948. Mort Klein, national president of the Zionist Organization of America for nearly 30 years, deserves this recognition. The award is named after Ze'ev Vladimir Jabotinsky. While Jabotinsky grew up in poverty after losing his father at the age of 6, he was a guiding light for the establishment of the Jewish homeland during the first 4 decades of the 20th century. The connection that Mort Klein has with Jabotinsky may be attributed to the heavens above. While Jabotinsky was born on October 17th, Mort was born on October 16th, although 67 years later. The section called the Parsha of the ancient biblical text, the Torah, during the week Jabotinsky was born, was Lech Lecha. The Torah portion, chanted by Mort and read around the globe the week Mort had his bar mitzvah many years ago, was also Lech Lecha. During this critical Torah portion, God creates the eternal covenant between himself and Abraham's descendants. And to complete this unusual trilogy, Mort celebrates the 62nd anniversary, according to our Gregorian calendar, of his bar mitzvah this coming Saturday. He didn't think I knew that. Vladimir Jabotinsky, a hero of Mort Klein, passed away on August 4th, 1940. During the months and weeks before his sudden death, Jabotinsky was negotiating with the British government to create Jewish battalions to fight against the Nazis. Most Americans at that time wanted to remain neutral. And previously, during the First World War, Jabotinsky helped create a Jewish legion to fight alongside the British against the Turks in Palestine. This caused the mainline Jewish organization, the World Zionist Organization, to exclude him from their conference in 1916. And then in 1938, 2 years before his death, Jabotinsky declared, quote, that the whole of Palestine on both sides of the Jordan River had to become an independent Jewish state. The partition of Palestine would be death to Zionism, end quote. And notice that the term Palestine was referencing the Jewish homeland. Mort Klein has also called for Jews and Israelis to have the capability and resources to defend themselves. Yesterday's Nazis are today's Ayatollahs. Yesterday's Turks are today's Hamas. The mainline Jewish organizations remain convinced that neutrality and conciliation will lead to peace, yet that has never been the case in world history when facing aggressors. Mort, more than almost anyone else, understands history, especially the history of the Middle East. He comprehends the absurdness of negotiating for a two-state solution. The biblical heartland is Judea and Samaria, often referred to as the West Bank. However, 90% of Israelis live within what is called Israel proper, or the Green Line. Thus, a two-state solution would separate Israelis from their biblical heritage. Mort Klein and Vladimir Jabotinsky are visionaries with identical ideologies, similar enemies at home and abroad, and boundless energy. Two men sharing one heart and mind, separated by 3 generations. Mort Klein was born less than 1 year before the creation of the modern state of Israel in a displaced persons camp in Germany, and 2 years after the conclusion of World War II. Thus, his family had no home, village, or town after Hitler and Stalin had ravaged Europe and murdered millions of innocents. Mort's father was a pious religious Jew, and his mother was a loving and caring Jewish woman when the 3 of them, including Mort, arrived in the United States in 1950. During the civil rights movement of the 1960s, Mort marched with blacks in the Deep South, allowing him a one-night stay in a local jail. Mort excelled in the sciences. He worked in the National Institutes of Health and crossed paths with the now infamous Anthony Fauci. Mort was so respected as a young scientist that he came in very frequent contact with Linus Pauling, winner of both the Nobel Prize in Chemistry and the Nobel Peace Prize. Furthermore, Mort brushed shoulders with Francis Crick, winner of the Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine, for his work in discovering DNA. So he does know something about DNA, even though a little self-deprecation before. And Mort has a photo of himself standing between Pauling and Crick. Yet, Mort left his career in the sciences to work with utmost steadfast determination for the security of the State of Israel for Jews across the globe. And his wife, Rita, who's sitting in the front, if she'll just stand up, was instrumental in convincing Mort to change careers. So he's published hundreds of articles, given hundreds of TV interviews, testified before Congress, met with presidents, numerous senators and congressmen, ambassadors, prime ministers, and heads of state from around the globe, all the while advocating for the peace of Jerusalem. His tireless efforts reflect the Torah portion of his bar mitzvah that I mentioned, Lech Lecha, which translates to God telling Abraham to go forth. Mort has certainly gone forth, past the biblical land of Canaan, into the geopolitical 21st century, which looks more like George Orwell's Animal Farm than the original United Nations. While Mort is vilified by appeasement Jews in America and the leftist media and political establishment, he is greatly respected by people of all faiths who understand that the state of Israel must be a secure sanctuary for the Jewish people, and the United States must remain the beacon for religious freedom. No organizational leader has done more for the safety of Israelis and worldwide Jewry than Mort Klein in the past half-century. It is my absolute pleasure to present the one and only Christians and Jews United for Israel Jabotinsky Award to Morton Klein.